Hello, everybody. This is the HomeGirl Tuesdays at 10 with my special guest today, Emery. Say hi, Emery. Say hello. Well, he did give a little smile to let you know that we are very, very excited to be here today. Sorry that there has been a delay. Your homegirl is not feeling her best, and we are just trying our best to just do what we have to do today. So, just really quick, I still want to stay true and consistent to what I am offering the people. So, I am going to just briefly hit on two different loan types. As you know, the Homegirl Tuesdays at 10 is really to bring you bite-sized, digestible pieces of information that could help you along your home buying journey. So again, I have not been feeling well. Emery has not been feeling well, but we are showing up today to make sure that we can bring the news to the people. So really quick, I'm not going to take up too much of your time because I really don't have a lot of wind in me, but I do want to deliver this message. So when it comes to the different loan types I want to talk about today, they're FHA and it is also conventional. So conventional versus FHA loans. So I like both of those loans, and you will hear these terms, going across social media. You may be researching these different types of loans, and they're different, but they're still financing, okay? Now, when it comes to the down payment for the FHA, it's 3.5%, and then conventional, it's 5%. Now, that could vary depending on your situation. Like when I bought this property that I'm in now, I kept my very first property, so I had to end up bringing 5%. Sometimes, depending on your situation, you may have to bring more, but we're just going to go for the very basic, general, standard situations that you may find yourself in, right? So then you're going to be bringing 3% for conventional, 3.5% for FHA. When it comes to the qualifying credit score, everyone wants to know this. So for the qualifying credit score for FHA, it's 580. I've even heard of some lenders who go lower than a 580, but you better believe that you better not have any other risk, meaning high debts, right? To actually qualify if your score is below a 580. And in that case, you also may be looking to bring a higher down payment, okay? So again, if you are FHA, you can get approved with a 580. Some lenders go below that, but if you do have a lower credit score than a 580, you may be looking to bring a higher down payment. Now with a conventional, 620 gets you in the door. And 620, we kind of always as realtors and lenders, we always kind of steer that as a goal, or even 640 sometimes, because now you are getting to the better interest rates, right? So with a conventional loan, you can qualify with the 620, but you don't have to have a 620 to purchase a home. That's just where the conventional approval will begin for you. Also, when you talk about FHA versus conventional, FHA is a government-backed loan, okay? So when you have a government-backed loan, the appraisal and what the appraiser actually looks for will be different. We'll cover appraisals next week. So when you talk about the appraisals, the home has to be a safe and livable home, right? In order for it to go FHA or any government loan. But today we're specifically speaking about FHA. So when you have an FHA loan, the home has to be in a specific condition. So when you have the appraiser go out and inspect the property, he's checking for things to make sure that the windows work, that there's no, leaks or wood rot in the home, or that if there's stairs in the home, that the rails are up to code. or that the rails are even in place so that the home could be up to code for those types of stairs. So all of those things the appraiser is looking at for this particular loan type. Now, when you have, and that's the FHA loan type that I was just speaking of. Now, when you have the conventional loan type, okay, now that's just a general appraisal just to make sure that the home is good, and it actually meets the value that you're under contract of. So those are two different types of appraisals. Now, when you may find yourself in a multiple offer situation, right? You very well may find yourself in a multiple offer situation. And if you do find yourself in a multiple offer situation, then if you're FHA, sometimes the seller may choose a conventional offer over yours. So you want to make sure that you have an agent who can understand and translate and communicate and negotiate on your behalf, because to a seller, sorry, I'm fumbling, I'm a little bit congested, but to the seller may be like, oh, well, I don't want to deal with an FHA appraisal, so I'm going to just choose the conventional offer. And I have had that. I've seen that happen. So you want to just make sure that you understand and your agent understands what's going on with a multiple offer situation. Okay. But again, I like government backed loans. I like FHA loans. I bought my first home with an FHA loan. I like FHA loans for first time home buyers, or any buyers for that instance, because I feel like, in my opinion, they protect the buyers. Like, they actually make sure that the home is going to be good. I remember I had sold a home like 3 years ago, and the loan officer got hold of the inspection report, and the seller had to go back and fix all of those things. We were asking for them, yes, but that we were kind of like going back and forth with the seller about, hey, we want these fixed. No, we're kind of like negotiating that. But once the lender actually saw what was on the repair request and the inspection report, they had to fix all of those things for the loan. So again, government-backed loans protect the buyer. Sometimes sellers don't want to deal with them. That's just the reality of it if they have a conventional loan over the FHA loan. But I like FHA loans because they do protect the buyer. So again, you have the differences in the down payment amounts. Not too much. 3.5% for FHA, 3% for conventional. And again, that just really depends on your particular situation. Like for me, I had to bring 5% for a conventional because this was my second purchase. I was carrying 2 mortgages. And again, if you have a lower credit score, you may have to bring a higher down payment. Secondly, just to reiterate really quick, your credit score can be lower with a FHA loan versus a conventional loan. 580 for FHA. Some lenders actually go lower than that. He is going to sleep now. Some lenders can actually go lower than that, but again, you have to have like no debt, no risk. And you probably will have to bring a higher down payment to kind of mitigate some of that risk. And with a conventional, you can get approved with the 620. So again, guys, the appraisal process is a little bit different. And if something does come up on the FHA report and it has to be fixed by the seller, then the home has to be reappraised. So that actually may add more time on to your transaction or your closing, because now the home has to be reappraised to make sure that those items were fixed for the FHA loan. Conventional loan, you don't really have to worry about that too much. So a lot of times in multiple offer situations, sellers will favor a conventional offer versus an FHA offer. Hey, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just telling you the truth. So guys, This has been the Homegirl Tuesdays at 10. Me and Emery here, and we are going to now go take some medicine and take a nap. Y'all have a wonderful Tuesday. Don't forget to get your buyer readiness assessment in the comment below. Also, I have a journal or planner to help you stay organized in 2025 for all of your tasks, whether you're a realtor or a buyer. These will help you stay organized in 2025. So thank you so much for tuning in. And sorry I'm late, but again, we're just winging it over here. But thank you so much. Y'all have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk to you later.